Hi, everyone, and welcome to the May 2019 Junior Ambassador Briefing. We're really excited to talk about everything. My name is Stephanie Livingston, and I'm the Consumer Health Specialist with the Advocacy team here in Washington, D.C. So I work on a variety of projects, including the Junior Ambassador Program that I am thrilled to be talking to you guys about today. So today we'll be covering three main buckets. Our first is a note on reporting your activity, followed by a Step Therapy 101 lesson, and finally our May Junior Ambassador assignment that I hope you all are as thrilled about as I am. So moving on, if you have any questions about an assignment, the program, or anything else, feel free to email me. So my email address is slivingston@arthritis.org. When you complete an activity, be sure to send me an email to confirm it. We track this in our system just in case you may need it for any service hours at school or projects or future applications or anything else like that. So be sure to do that. Most of our assignments are worth 2 hours, and if you want to check in on what we have a record of, feel free to send me an email. So we've talked about step therapy reform a bit in the past year, and especially those of you that attended our advocacy summit in DC this past March, you met with your legislators to talk about step therapy reform. So as a review, and maybe as a first-time lesson for many of you, step therapy is also known as fail first. It's a practice used by insurers that requires patients to try a preferred medication before they will cover the original prescription. So this is a bit of a complicated description, so let's break it down a little bit. Let's say that a patient goes to see their doctor about some pain they've been having lately. They talk through all of their symptoms and medicines they may have tried before and anything else that may be relevant. Together, they decide on a plan, and the doctor writes a certain prescription for a medicine. The patient then goes to their local pharmacy excited to start a new medicine, a new treatment. They hand the pharmacist the prescription, and the pharmacist checks with the patient's insurance to see how much it will cost them so they can ring them up and send them about their day. The pharmacist then learns that the insurance company will not pay for this medicine until the patient tries a different medicine first. This different medication is preferred by the insurance company, and that's likely because it's a less expensive drug. So then the patient begins taking this new medicine, this preferred medicine by the insurance company, and they're told to keep taking this medicine until the insurance company decides that they can move on to the next medicine or the next step, or until they're able to go to the original prescription. This wait time could be 1 month, 6 months, or even more. If the new medicine doesn't work, the patient may not feel good. Lots of aches and pains. They might stay home from work or school while they wait to be able to take the original medicine their doctor prescribed. We really want to avoid this. It's not a very fun thing for especially arthritis patients. And then finally, after some period of time, depending on the different practice, the insurance company will eventually decide that the patient has tried enough other steps, enough other medications, and can finally begin taking the original medicine that their doctor prescribed way back at the beginning of this whole thing. This is called step therapy because many patients have to try and fail on several drugs before making it up the stairs, up the mountain, to their preferred medicine that was originally prescribed. So we've reviewed the practice of step therapy and how it impacts patients, especially arthritis patients. But how can we fix this? So we're thrilled to announce that since we last spoke, the Safe Step Act, or HR 2279, has been introduced in the House of Representatives. It was introduced by Representatives Raul Ruiz of California and Brad Winstrup of Ohio. For those of you that were at the Advocacy Summit, they were honored at the Excellence in Advocacy Dinner for their hard work. The Safe Step Act does not eliminate step therapy altogether, because sometimes it's okay to try a different medicine, but it does aim to install guardrails that would make this practice more patient-friendly. These include making the process transparent so that patients can know how long they might have to be on a different medicine and how many they may need to try until they get to the original medicine that they wanted to take. It will allow doctors to submit paperwork that grants an override of step therapy so the patient doesn't have to do it, depending on certain circumstances and things like that. And finally, it would also make the process clear and timely in order to make things a little bit less stressful and painful for patients. So all in all, we're thrilled that the House of Representatives has this bill in their hands and we're ready to take action. So our assignment for this month is a special one. Since this bill is new to this Congress, the 116th Congress, we need to recruit co-sponsors. It's kind of like signing up to be on your sports team or be a cheerleader or something like that and move things forward. And because of this, we will be hosting a co-sponsorship competition that will have each of you collecting signatures from your friends, family, and local community, urging your federal representative in the House of Representatives to co-sponsor, the Safe Step Act. So there are 5 steps to this, and step 1 is to choose your petition. In your assignment guide that you got in your Junior Ambassador newsletter, you'll see 2 different petitions towards the end of it. One is for representatives that have not yet co-sponsored this bill, HR 2279, and the other is for representatives that are currently co-sponsors and thanks them for doing so, which is equally as important. The current co-sponsors are listed in your assignment guide, and I'll be sure to go over them in just a minute here. On to step 2 is to edit your petition. We've talked a lot in the past about personalizing your message and how important that is, and it's important even with this. So you'll want to write in your representative's name before printing it out and add in anything else you'd like to include in the message that comes with it or anything like that. Step 3 is then the main event. It is to collect your signatures. So you print out the petition. You can print out some extra pages that just have lines on them. And you can start telling your story. You can talk to your friends, family, sports teams, classmates at school, teachers, and anyone else that you will be seeing in the next month. Tell them your story and a little bit about step therapy reform. Kindly ask them for their signature and let them know that it'll be sent to your representative to be considering co-sponsoring this very, very important bill. So at the end of May, you'll want to count up all your names and be really proud of all that you've accomplished. And then finally, you'll want to send your petition off. You'll want to send it to your representative's in-district office, and that's the one in your home state, probably pretty close to you, not in Washington, D.C. And sending the paper signatures will be very powerful instead of sending an email. You're welcome to send it in an email if you scan it and send it along if you'd like. But again, seeing all of those signatures on a piece of paper in front of them is just a really powerful thing. It's important to remember before sending it off to your representative, be sure to scan a copy or take photos of your full petition and send it to me via email or snail mail that you see here on the screen so that we can track it. The deadline to submit your petitions to us is May 31st, the last day of the month, and the junior ambassador with the most signatures by this date, by May 31st, will be featured in an upcoming blog post on the Arthritis Foundation website. You can talk about your story, you can talk about this competition, whatever you would like. You're welcome to continue gathering signatures after the deadline, but they won't quite count for the prize. We'll be moving on to our next assignment, hopefully by then. So, since this bill was recently introduced, it has 2 co-sponsors who we've mentioned before, actually. Representative Raul Ruiz from California and Representative Brad Wenstrup from Ohio. These are both providers that have experienced step therapy in their practice and when they're seeing patients. So it's really special that they are now in Congress and able to speak up on issues like this. And if you'd like to double check the co-sponsorship list, throughout the month, we recommend it. So we'll go through that right now. So you can find all of this on our Action Center at arthritis.org/Action Center. You want to click Track Legislation on the left-hand side bar, and HR 2279 will be listed in the Featured legislation box, the federal bills box right there, key legislation. You'll see a lot of important information about the bill and why we support it and so on. And then towards the bottom, you'll see a sponsor section where you can find all of the co-sponsors. This is automatically updated whenever Congress makes a change, so it will be accurate. And if you have any questions about how to find this, or if you think it may be incorrect or anything like that, or you're not seeing what you think you should, just let me know, and we'll be sure to look into it. So, since you'll be sending these petitions along to only one specific representative, you have one representative in the House of Representatives, you'll need to know how to find them. So go to the Action Center again, arthritis.org/Action Center, and click Find Your Legislators on the left-hand side. You'll then enter your zip code and your home address when it asks you for it on the next page. And we are, again, only sending these to our federal representatives in the U.S. House of Representatives. These people are different from your state representatives and things like that. So you will find them. They're going to typically be the last one listed in your federal officials section there. And you can click on their name and you'll see a bunch of information about them, their personal information, political information, their staff that's in their office, a bunch of phone numbers and things like that. And you will want to be mailing your petition to their district address where you're from. If you have any questions about this process, feel free to email me again. But this is all in our Action Center at arthritis.org/Action Center. So finally, the assignment guide included in your newsletter provides you with these petitions, some talking points about step therapy, and those co-sponsor names that we mentioned a little bit earlier. Be sure to read through the whole thing, and again, follow up if you have any questions, but we're really excited about this. So I hope that you're all excited about this month's competition, and I'm thrilled to see all of these signatures come in. Once again, email me when you've gathered your signatures, and if you have any questions, here's my email address again. It's slivingston@arthritis.org. And our office address is here too if you'd like to mail in your petition or anything like that. But happy collecting signatures. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. But happy May, and I hope it goes well. Thank you.